Best laptops. Looking for the best laptop can be confusing with so many options available. Whether you need a laptop for school, business, everyday use, content creation, or entertainment, choosing the right one comes down to performance, display quality, battery life, portability, and overall value. In this video, we'll look at some of the best laptops worth considering, highlighting their key features, strengths, and limitations to help you find the right laptop for your needs. Number 5. SAGAWHALE 15.6-inch laptop. Color: silver. Weight: 3.5 pounds. Category: business and student laptop. Review script. The SAGAWHALE 6200U is a 15.6-inch laptop aimed at students and everyday business users who want plenty of memory and storage. It comes with a full HD IPS display, 16 GB of RAM, and a 512 GB SSD. That combination gives you useful space for documents, school files, apps, and everyday multitasking. The backlit keyboard and numeric keypad are also practical touches, especially for working in dim rooms or entering numbers frequently. The Intel Core i5-6200U processor can reach up to 2.8 GHz, while integrated graphics make this laptop better suited to everyday productivity than demanding gaming or heavy graphics work. Windows 11 Pro is included. Battery life is listed at about 3.5 hours, which is a limitation if you need long unplugged sessions. Bluetooth 4.2 is also fairly dated. Pros: 16 GB RAM and 512 GB SSD. 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display. Backlit keyboard with numeric keypad. Cons: listed battery life is only 3.5 hours. Older Core i5-6200U processor. Integrated graphics limit demanding workloads. Specs and configurations. Intel Core i5-6200U, up to 2.8 GHz. 16 GB DDR3 RAM. 512 GB SSD. Windows 11 Pro. 15.6-inch display. Integrated Intel graphics. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.2. Mini HDMI and TF card support. Overall, it looks like a practical choice for basic business, school, and everyday computing, as long as you don't expect modern gaming performance or especially long battery life. Number 4. MALLRACE LX15 Pro 15.6-inch laptop. Color: dark gray. Weight: 1.6 kilograms. Category: student and business laptop. Review script. The MALLRACE LX15 Pro is a 15.6-inch Windows 11 laptop built around a Core i5-12600H processor, 16 GB of RAM, and a 512 GB SSD. One of its main highlights is the 1920 by 1080 display, which gives you plenty of screen space for schoolwork, office tasks, browsing, and entertainment. With 16 GB of DDR4 memory and an SSD, everyday multitasking and file access should feel responsive for typical workloads. Connectivity is another strong point. You get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, HDMI, USB ports, USB Type-C, and a headphone connection. The integrated Intel Iris Xe graphics can handle everyday visual tasks, although this isn't positioned as a dedicated gaming laptop. The laptop weighs 1.6 kilograms, which is reasonable for a 15.6-inch machine. One limitation is that the provided information doesn't specify the display's refresh rate or exact battery runtime. Pros: Core i5-12600H processor. 16 GB RAM with 512 GB SSD. Wi-Fi 6 and multiple connectivity options. Cons: integrated graphics instead of dedicated GPU. Battery life: not officially specified. Display refresh rate: not officially specified. Specs and configurations. Intel Core i5-12600H, up to 4.5 GHz. 16 GB DDR4 RAM. 512 GB SSD. Windows 11. 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080 LCD. Intel Iris Xe integrated graphics. Wi-Fi 6. HDMI, USB, USB Type-C, and 3.5mm audio. Overall, the LX15 Pro looks like a capable everyday laptop for students and business users who prioritize multitasking, storage, and modern connectivity. Number 3. SAGAWHALE 15.6-inch Windows 11 Pro Laptop. Color: silver. Weight: 3.5 pounds. Category: business and student laptop. Review script. If you need a straightforward laptop for school or office work, the SAGAWHALE 4425Y focuses on the essentials without trying to be a high-performance machine. It features a 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display with a 1920 by 1080 resolution, giving you a comfortable screen size for documents, web browsing, and everyday entertainment. The 16 GB of RAM is useful for handling multiple basic applications, while the 256 GB SSD provides quicker file access than a traditional hard drive. The laptop runs Windows 11 Pro and includes a full-size keyboard with a numeric keypad, which can be particularly handy for office tasks and entering numbers. You also get HDMI DisplayPort, 3 USB ports, Bluetooth, and 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. The main limitation is the Intel 4425Y processor, which is designed for basic computing rather than demanding workloads. Battery life is listed at around 4 hours, so it may need regular charging. Pros: 16 GB RAM for everyday multitasking. 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display. Full-size keyboard with numeric keypad. Cons: Intel 4425Y is suited mainly to basic tasks. 256 GB storage may feel limited for large files. Listed battery life is around 4 hours. Specs and configurations. Intel Pentium 4425Y, up to 1.7 GHz. 16 GB DDR3 RAM. 256 GB SSD. Windows 11 Pro. 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display. Integrated Intel graphics. HDMI and DisplayPort. 3 USB ports. Bluetooth and 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Overall, the SAGAWHALE 4425Y makes the most sense for students and office users who mainly need a large display, plenty of RAM, and basic productivity features. Number 2. ASUS Vivobook Go 15. Color: black. Weight: 5.5 pounds. Category: everyday laptop. Review script. The ASUS Vivobook Go 15 is built for people who want a simple modern laptop for everyday computing, schoolwork, and personal use. At the center is an AMD Ryzen 3 7320U quad-core processor, paired with 8 GB of LPDDR5 memory and a 256 GB SSD. That combination is suitable for common tasks like browsing the web, working with documents, streaming video, and handling everyday applications. The 15.6-inch Full HD display gives you a generous workspace at 1920 by 1080 resolution. ASUS also includes a 180-degree lay-flat hinge and a physical camera shutter, which is a useful privacy feature for video calls. Battery life is listed at up to 11 hours, while fast charging can help when you need to get back to work quickly. The main limitation is the 8 GB of memory, which is listed as the maximum, so this isn't the ideal choice for heavy multitasking or demanding creative workloads. Pros: Ryzen 3 7320U with 8 GB LPDDR5 RAM. 15.6-inch Full HD display. Camera shutter and 180 degrees hinge. Cons: 8 GB RAM is not upgradable according to the specifications. 256 GB storage may be limiting for large libraries. Integrated graphics aren't designed for demanding gaming. Specs and configurations. AMD Ryzen 3 7320U, up to 4.1 GHz. 8 GB LPDDR5 RAM. 256 GB SSD. Windows 11 Home. 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080 display. Integrated AMD graphics. Up to 11 hours listed battery life. HDMI, USB, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. Overall, the Vivobook Go 15 looks like a solid everyday laptop for students and casual users who value a large Full HD screen, modern memory, and useful privacy features. Number 1. KUMNOSAL Y10 Pro 16-inch laptop. Color: gray. Weight: not officially specified. Category: business and student laptop. Review script. The KUMNOSAL Y10 Pro takes a slightly different approach with a large 16-inch display, a 16 GB memory setup, and a 512GB SSD for everyday computing. Its 1920 by 1200 screen gives you a little more vertical workspace than a standard full HD panel, which can be useful when reading documents, browsing websites, or working with spreadsheets. The laptop also has a backlit keyboard and numeric keypad, making it practical for office tasks and working in lower light environments. Inside, the Intel Core i5-8210Y processor can reach up to 3.6 GHz and works with integrated Intel UHD graphics 617. That setup is better suited to general productivity, streaming, and light everyday tasks than modern demanding gaming. You also get Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.0, HDMI, and 3 USB ports. Battery life is listed at around 4 hours, which is one of the clearer limitations. The 16GB RAM and 512GB SSD provide a useful combination for everyday storage and multitasking. Pros: 16-inch 1920 by 1200 display, 16GB RAM and 512GB SSD, backlit keyboard with numeric keypad. Cons: listed battery life is only 4 hours. Older Intel Core i5-8210Y processor. Integrated UHD 617 graphics aren't suited to demanding gaming. Specs and configurations. Intel Core i5-8210Y, up to 3.6 GHz. 16GB DDR3 RAM. 512GB SSD. Windows 11 Pro. 16-inch 1920 by 1200 display. Intel UHD graphics 617. Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.0. HDMI and 3 USB ports. Overall, the Y10 Pro seems better suited to students and office users who want a larger screen, plenty of RAM, and useful built-in productivity features rather than a true high-performance gaming laptop.